Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, thanks for joining us today. You know, I've got a topic that I just want to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while, but there's been so many other interesting things going on. Plus that shed is just, well, to be honest with you, it's done. A few little finishing touches, but you're going to see the complete video from beginning to end. We've been filming the whole process pretty darn quick. But back to the topic, I know I'm going to get some feedback. I'm going to get some flack. I can see it right now. Resellers, YouTubers are going to come in the comments section and blast me. But I just would ask you to watch the whole video and then give your feedback on the topic. We're going to do a few sales first, and then we're going to hit this topic pretty hard, talk about it for a while, and then a bunch more sales. Let's take a look. It's old Care Bear. This is the, I don't know, bedtime bear? Is that what it is? Got the little wishing on a star. This is the 2002 one. Do you remember me buying this on a Commonwealth picker video last week? And they wanted $4 for their plush, and I wasn't about to pay $4 for a plush, but, well, some I would, I suppose. This one, I bundled it with, finally found something else. I just set it down, I'm like, I'm not buying that. But then when I found something else, I'm like, here's my opportunity to bundle two things together and basically get one thing for free. And I said, how about these? They wanted $20 on a sweet Garmin. Garmin's aren't always good, but it was a nice one. Sells for like anywhere between $50 and $120. And they wanted 20 for it. And I'm like, how about 20 for this and this? And she didn't want to budge, and she said 22. And I'm like, all right, do I want to buy this for 2? I'm like, sure. She came off the price a little bit. It sells for 10. Not great, but you know what? 2 into 10, there's a little money in there. Plus, I like Care Bears. So $10 plus shipping on that one. If you watched the show last week, you saw a return on a hat, a Jack Daniels hat. And I decided to relist it because there's really nothing wrong with it. They returned it because it wasn't as sturdy as they thought or something like that. And Thrill Billy Nostalgia bought it. And I saw a message from you somewhere, but it wasn't on the purchase. And I can't find it now. So thank you for that purchase. I even reduced the price a couple of bucks before I relisted it. It's a pretty cool looking hat. $22 plus shipping. Looking at the name, it's Raymond. So Raymond, I appreciate that. And I think I hear a pepper before we look at 2 more items and then talk about our topic. And that topic is controversial at times. I hear people talking about it all the time. It's sell-through rate. And I don't think it's quite as important as everybody else seems to think it is, but there are some exceptions. And I've got to qualify that statement a little bit. Here is something that sold. Matter of fact, I just remembered this one came from the I Have the Power sale, where we got all that Masters Universe stuff. We're keeping track of that. And I can't remember the name of these old ping bags, these pencil bags maybe. And this one obviously is not in great shape. I didn't clean it. I didn't do anything. I'm glad I picked it up for $10. Whoever's getting in a box back there, y'all. And that one sold, it was, I think I had it listed for $59. Somebody's like, how about 45 plus shipping? I'm like, 10 into 45. Yeah, I'll do it because it's not in great shape, right? And so if this was in perfect, like new condition, it's a $100 bag. Old pink stuff is good. You gotta check it out. I'm happy to make that sale. We are gonna call that a $31 profit, 10 into 45 plus shipping. So $739 so far out of our $220 buy. Pretty good because we're just getting started. Some of y'all may remember this item behind me from, it was a Commonwealth picker video, but we were at the flea market for a portion of it. And this older guy was selling me some stuff, and I wanted that. I didn't want to pay a bunch, but he's experienced. He's been flea marketing for a long time, trying to get a good deal by bundling some things up. That was the marquee item, and I knew it would sell eventually. It did take a little while. It's been in that eBay cave in there for a while. But a lady walked up. I think we had like Get a Room or something is the thumbnail. And he just starts flirting with her like crazy. And the last thing on his mind was me and making a deal. So he made the deal pretty quick and we got that thing. And it sold for $100 right here. 42 inches. It's, let's see, what is it? Parisi Creations plush. There you go, 1950s. This one was bought by a viewer. Let me read you the comment. Hello, Kevin. My wife and I have been watching this for months, and we finally pulled the trigger. We started reselling at the beginning of the year. Newbies. We have an eBay store. It is LB_thrifting_souls. We sell shoes. There you go. Clothing, toys, home goods, etc. We are seeing decent sales. Could be better. Who doesn't say that, though? We love watching you and appreciate the knowledge you're so willing to share. Love the podcast, too. God bless you and your family. Lee and Brad. Brad and Lee, thank you. And there's a closer look. That one is, look at that. How cool was that? I really, really like that. Check out the tag right there. Gotta love that thing. You can like secure it right here. I just got to find a big old box. I think I have it. All right, y'all, I'm not trying to pick a fight here. I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions about sell-through rate, and they give you numbers. You know, you should look for this. Look, all I'm saying is there are certain circumstances where you can't just put a blanket rule on it, and sometimes sell-through rate just isn't important. Just in case you are a novice or new to this, sell-through rate is essentially, well, how do I simplify it? So if you look up an item on eBay and there's 100 items listed and 1 sold, it has a 1% sell-through rate. It is going to take you forever to sell that item. What you really are looking for is in a month to have, I mean, if you could find a 50-50 ratio, you're awesome. You're doing just incredible, because half of the items that are listed are selling within that time period, which is a pretty darn good sell-through rate. Now, I've heard people say you need an 75-80% sell-through rate before they'll buy anything. And to me, that's too much. But I will say this, that some people have different models, so it's too much for my model, obviously. It might not be too much for their model, so I'm not trying to pick a fight here. I'm just trying to explain the way I think about it, doing this kind of reselling, as opposed to the massive kinds of almost industrial reselling that some folks do. So don't come yelling at me that your model's better. I got it. Your model is better for you. It might not be better for everybody, but it is something that everybody should think about. Last caveat before I talk about the issue a little bit, I always talk about the proverb as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. So I'm always willing to listen to people, and that's the way we should be. I've learned so much from so many resellers on YouTube, off YouTube, viewers in the comments, people watching me garage sale. You know, give me your feedback. I want to think about it. I'm not closed-minded about it, but that's just the point. Some people are closed-minded, and they're very strict about a certain number on a sell-through rate, or they won't buy something. And that's really what I'm trying to get some people to start thinking against, if there are certain criteria in place. You often hear people say, don't talk about politics or religion. Well, in reselling, don't talk about what kind of thermal printer you use, or if you do calculated shipping versus flat rate shipping. Everybody's got an opinion, and people have an opinion on sell-through rate as well. This is an item, these Secret Life of Pets keychains that I bought. And they don't sell for very much money, but we got a whole bag of them for like $1. I mean, paid pennies for these things. And between these and these old Mary Poppins VHS tags that they used to wear as employees at Walmart, I believe, or Kmart or something. These right here. All right, Pepper. Come on. I know you need a treat, but I don't want you getting cat hair on stuff. So we'll get you your treat. Back to the topic. Neither of these have high sell-through rates. Matter of fact, they have terrible sell-through rates. Both of them. I mean, probably the worst sell-through rate item that I've ever sold. I mean, just absolutely terrible. But I bought them for next to nothing, and I bought tons of them. There's probably 40 of these things, at least. And, sorry, Pepper had to go. But this is the kind of item that I will still pick up if it has a poor sell-through rate, just simply because it is so small, and because it's a multi-quantity item. I mean, I could store this stuff in here forever, and it takes up 0 space, and you make your money back in 1 sale, 2 sales, and it's 1 listing. And so sell-through rate on this, I would not buy one of these for 5 cents. Does not make sense. But I'll buy 50 of them. And so that's what I like to do. You've seen me do it before. Matter of fact, I have another sale. I might as well do this one really quick as I talk about it. There's a great example here. These Z28s. Let me see how many I have left to give you an idea. I still have 41. I've been selling these for almost 2 years at this point. Maybe not that long. Definitely over a year. Nope, I'm looking in the wrong place. Z28. Right here. 2 of these. I still have a bunch. This isn't even all of them. This is just where I store these. I have a little bucket in the back that I have the rest of them. $31. Although I think I gave Wayne, I think I gave you a deal. So I have to check that and give you a refund. But because Wayne got 2 of them. So thank you, Wayne from Buffalo. New York. I hope you enjoy those keychains. So those are the big criteria for me. There's two more. Well, one of them's related, and that's, you know, if you get a big giant item, if you have, like me, you live out in the country, you know, I've got 4 sheds at this point. You got outbuildings. Some people have barns, you know, where you're not paying for storage. You can afford to take things that are going to have slow sell-through rates. Now, I would suggest, because if you have a slow sell-through rate and you're at the middle of the pack as far as your pricing, it's going to take you a month of Sundays to sell something. Now, if you want to take a slow sell-through rate item that has a high price, you know, say $100 for an item, and you want to sell it and the sell-through rate is like 10%, you know, but you paid $1 for it, you know, just undercut that market. It's not something I like to do all the time, but if it's going to be an item that is a slow seller, then you almost have to undercut the market, or you certainly have to put keywords in it to reduce the amount of items that come up when people search for that item, and maybe they're hitting your words and not other people's words, so they have less to choose from. So there's different little tricks that you can use. I wouldn't call them tricks. Titling is huge. Put things in the title that somebody might use to look it up. And if you're the only one who has that title, even though there's 40 things listed, then you're probably going to sell it. So there's a few little things like that. There's a couple more examples. So this is maybe not the best example, but it's one I can use. This Miller clock right here. This is a slow seller, right? I think and I don't even know if I should even say this because it might not be right, but if you look up that particular Miller clock, there's probably not very many sold. There might only be 1 or 2, and there might be 5 listed, right? Well, that doesn't meet some people's criteria, but the profit margin in it for me, plus it looks cool in my shed, right, is enough that I would buy the item. So if it's if this type of item sells 1 time in a year and it's listed for $1,000 and you paid $5 for it, you tell me you're not going to buy it because it doesn't meet the criteria of X sell-through rate. So there's just, it's a little difficult to have hard and fast rules on this kind of reselling because you can make money. Here's a great example. This type of item right here doesn't have a great sell-through rate, but it's a high-priced item and it's in great shape. These ET items back here, they're not high sell-through rate items at all. They're terrible sell-through rate items, and I have thousands of them. Shout out, Ivan. The Coke ornaments aren't high sell-through rates, but they can be at certain times of the year, and if you price them right, title them right, you can get them out the door, and they don't clog up places forever. There's a lot of these dessert dishes out there. They don't have a high sell-through rate, but if you take good pictures, put good titles, put a good price, you can still sell them considering I got them so cheap. Some of you may remember the Grateful Dead, the Twisted Radio Waves Jerry Garcia interview. We bought 1,000 of those. Those had a terrible sell-through rate. Now, I will say that half of them sold to viewers, but, we got to take that out of the argument and just look at the way it affects most folks, not just how it affects me. I sold a bunch of Dave Matthews CDs, like house recording CDs that had terrible sell-through rates, but multi-quantity for a long period of time. There's all kinds of items I can think of like that. I'm about ready to open these up right here and talk about an item that has a slow sell-through rate. That somebody reached out to me on YouTube and they're like, hey, what would you do with these? You want to buy them off of me? We need to get rid of them. They're slow sellers, that kind of thing. I'm like, you know what? This is my kind of deal right here because I can store these. Actually, this is just a tiny bit of what I bought. And they will be slow sellers. I will be selling them for years, but there will be 3 listings for hundreds and hundreds of listings because they're multi-quantity, which is what I like. I just want to point out back here that my wife was shipping. Can you tell by the way the tape guns are put in here? I'm the one with issues. I know she's more like most people out there. I needed one of these. But look, that's sheer genius because somebody asked about these the other day, and I believe they are in the Amazon links is where I have them. I might have them in eBay links too, but I'm pretty sure I have them in Amazon links. You hear that quiet tape? All right, I'm getting totally sidetracked here. Let me open these and show you what I got. I think we bought around 500 of these. I'm only going to open one of these up. I literally have an entire tub full of these, and you'll see how many are in each and every tube. So I want to thank the person, and I can't remember her name. Her name is Amanda. So Amanda, thank you so much. There are 400 of these, and there are 3 different types of posters. I'll probably not open them all. Just put the pictures in the video as we talk about them. Now, they are going to be over that 22-inch limit, so they are going to have to be shipped. Well, it won't have to be, but I'm going to ship them out, and we'll talk about how we'll do that later. I haven't even got what I need to ship them with, and it's going to be a process, right? But I have a couple different strategies to sell these off. So this is Mickey and the Beanstalk. It's 1986 posters, and then there is, what are the other ones? So I'll put them up for you. The Uncle Scrooge Indian headdress, and Donald Duck sailboat. I think those were the three. Maybe there's a fourth, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that was the three. And so what I'm going to do to sell these a little bit better than the competition is I'm going to put them together, because especially the Donald and Mickey, right? If somebody's doing a Mickey themed room, maybe an Airbnb Mickey themed room, you know, to put two posters together to save the cost in shipping and to, you know, help me sell them quicker, even though the sell-through rate isn't great, especially for this many. It'd take me years to sell off this many. I think I'll put the Donald and Mickey together. Maybe all of them, but it's certainly the Donald and Mickey together. People decorate a kid's room, a movie room, something like that, and give opportunities to undercut the market without really undercutting the market, because there are a lot of people out there who don't just want one, they want two. Now, I talked to somebody else the other day, and they had a bunch of keychains, and they're like, hey, you know, how's the best way to do this? I think they're Warner Brothers keychains, and I'm trying to think, Taz and Marvin the Martian and all that stuff. And I told them straight up, I'm like, look, these are long tail items. These aren't going to sell quickly. There's a couple strategies. I think I gave them one. And then at the end of it, I'm like, I've got a great strategy for you, because I have room. I have a whole nother building out there. I now have an eBay cave with shelves that are going to be empty because all that stuff's going out there. The process is getting better. I'm not paying rent. You know, sell-through rate should be a big, big deal for people who are paying for a storage unit, for darn sure. But I don't have those issues out here. And if you don't have those issues, it gives you a little leeway to buy those slow sellers. And I think I ended up buying, I don't even want to know, I don't even remember how, 500 keychains? I don't even know how many there were. I bought a whole bunch of keychains because I offered the guy, like, hey, how much you want for all of them? He's like, I'll get, you know, how about this? And I'm like, sure. And I'll pay the shipping, and I'll sell them very slowly over time and make a bunch of money, because I'm willing to wait forever to make that slow dime many, many, many times. And you know, the sell-through rate on something like this might not be terrific, but if you put the right price on it and you sell it at the right time of year and have tens of thousands of people watching you I'm just kidding. But seriously, about over 50% are going to viewers, including this one. Already, I'd say it's closer to 65% are going to viewers. $7 plus shipping on that one, and that's something we talk about too. You know, if you are buying things that have slow sell-through rates, you know, undercutting the market is almost the only way to get them moving. Next item took a while to sell. I guess it doesn't have a great sell-through rate. I don't know. This has been in the store for over a year. I know that because it is on our 25% off sale, which I think we have going on through the end of this year. Trying to clear out things that have been in the store for over a year. Actually, I'm seeing right now exactly why it took so long to sell this. And while this looks really nice on the front, right there, really good condition right there. And if you look closely, you see the wear right there. So sometimes, man, wear is just absolutely, condition is absolutely everything. So it took a 25% off sale to get this out of here at $9 is all, plus shipping. I think I reduced the price a few months back as well to try to get it moving, but you know what, still a profit. So there's a definite no-no. Bad condition along with slow sell-through rate is a definite no-no. This was just something I picked up for like $1 or $2. It's been in the store also for a year, so it went out 25% off clearance as well, and it only sold for 15 bucks. It's a Scrabble game, and it was at a sale. And you know, it's hard for me not to pick up Scrabble games because I've been doing it for so long, to part them out and just take the Scrabble pieces and then the tiles and put them all in piles. You know, a ton of Scrabble pieces sell for decent money, and a ton of racks sell, and a ton of boards sell. And so for a couple bucks, I normally pay 50 cents or $1 for a game. But I'm like, this thing's new and sealed, I'll probably be able to sell it. Well, with shipping being what it is, you know, you can buy these things cheaper at the store. So at any rate, it did sell for 15 bucks. And after shipping, I'm going to Net profit about $3. That's it. Not a great buy. I don't know if these are to a viewer or not. But I'm going to say thank you just in case, because they so often are. Stephanie. I appreciate it. Stephanie Elizabeth. And so for $27 plus shipping, I think, total. That one's kind of cool. There's 2 of those. And then this one right here, which goes, you know, it's similar. We just don't have the box for it. So those are kind of cool. And then this one is a double, so it's got to be, I think. Unless we have 2 of those. No, that's a different one. This has got to be it right there. That's a cool looking polar bear. The yellow case on it. See that? And the reindeer. So all 3 of those, 3 separate sales together, $26.85 plus shipping. It's going to be a tough one to keep first class. They're individually first class, so we'll see if we can do any refunds. All right, I had to dig one of these out of that bin right there. This is one of my favorite plates, by the way. The Yukon plate. That's the ET pendant jewelry, you know, little necklace. And these were selling for $6 plus shipping. So not huge profit, but again, and they're really not fast sellers. They are because viewers are buying them. Matter of fact, I'm going to say thank you to Jody. No message, but I like to throw in a thanks just in case, right? So thank you, Jody. And these right here, you know, we have a whole nother tub inside, the same size. Plus, I have a tub full of pins back there. I don't know if I've showed you before. So there's the tub of pins. But I usually just take those pins out here and put them in the drawers because it's a lot easier to find them without having to dig. So this reminds me, I'm about ready. I think I can do it now. I can put all these into this, and maybe this can be my second hat bin. Sold one of the Dalmatian plush. This one is oddball. I think this one came from the 102 Dalmatians. It didn't sell for much, but it finally sold. And if you haven't figured it out yet, I just love buying plush. It's because it's just so darn easy and it never breaks. So easy to do so much. I don't know that that is it, though. It might be that one. I think that's it. And that's got the pull down on it. Let me see what that sounds like. All right, let's see. Oh, there you go. A little baby pull down plush toy. Gotta love that. $10 plus shipping. Oh, y'all, I got an excited puppy here. And a beautiful dog.
She's an old
She's
puppy.
An old puppy?
You want your duck?
Huh?
She's a duck hunter.
She's a duck hunter today.
Yeah. Oh, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, you want to hunt that
She
duck?
wants a treat, but we don't have one right now.
All right, what's sold today? Commonwealthpicker.com.
Sandra and Laura both got an ornament, and then I guess this is...
These are the old ornaments, y'all.
Yep.
And we don't have any more of these. Paul, Michael Bates made them for us. And that's the end of the road on those, y'all. Right there, that's the last one, I think. And I think we're keeping it, so.
Tell Sophie that you love her bandana. Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, thank you, Reagan.
Wait.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Another banner.
That's right,
All
a Harry
the
Potter
houses.
banner.
Yeah.
Of all of the houses. All right, show me which one. I know that's Slytherin. So.
Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and... No, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw.
Okay.
I messed it up.
Very good. And that sold for $10 plus shipping.
What are you doing? Bye, and don't forget your sticker at commonwealthpicker.com.
Next item is not one of my finer buys, but I paid $1 for this Pokemon towel in the video on Commonwealth Picker last week. Sold for $8 plus shipping. Some Pokemon towels are good. And I figured for $1 I was going to make money and check it out later. And it didn't turn out to be one of the good ones. Much too modern. $8 plus shipping. Still easy money. And I went to Alex W. Just wanted to say thanks for this awesome towel. I enjoy watching the channel. The towel will be a perfect addition to my Pokemon collection. I'm also a full-time reseller and go by AlexS_finds on Instagram and eBay. Wishing all the best to you and your family, Alex. Alex, thank you. I hope you enjoy the towel. Sold some Tupperware. $2 for this Tupperware. It's not a great one here, but you know what? It has the handle and everything, and $12.95 plus shipping. 2 into $12.95 plus shipping. It's about a $9 profit in there. Sold a record here on auction. Sold this one to Randall. Randall, thank you. Assuming you're a viewer, I don't see a message, but could have been there. Women and Children First, Van Halen. $6.50 plus shipping. Turner's been spinning around in a blue chair. Do we need a blue chair for that new shed out there?
No.
I don't think so either. I think it's special right in here. We'll have like a sleeker one to go with that sleeker design out there. All right, we sold something, but you don't know what that thing is. You want to show it to him? It's Miles from a show, a Tomorrowland show, which I never watched, 2015. That's what that thing is right there. It is an ostrich, but it's missing its 2 wings. This thing could actually have a little bit of value, but it doesn't really, because it's missing its 2 wings. Sold for $3.95 plus shipping, but it's sold to Bob. It's sold to Lincoln Land Picker. I'm not quite sure you're going to make enough to do what you need to do, but we're going to say it anyways. Just enough for you to do what?
$7, spend $1, and $30.
And can you say thank you to Bob?
Thank you, Bob.
And Bob, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you over there on Trash to Cash as well.
Bye.
Last but not least, we sold this one right here, I think. The little baby miniature Inaman Christmas ornament right there. And you know, this is still from Curdo. Same company makes the big one. Same company that makes ours right here in order to get people's eBay stores moving, of course. And these we're doing, we're throwing in the stickers and all that stuff. These we're doing as the 50-50. Well, these are the charity auctions that we're doing right here. And this one, all right, let me see if there's a message. And this one actually sold for $86 right there on our charity auctions. And this one's going to benefit Ronald McDonald House of Southwest Virginia. And Mary, I just want to give you a big giant thank you. I'm assuming, Mary, you have to be a viewer. I didn't see a message. If you sent one in the regular messaging system instead of the purchase, I'm sorry. I didn't see it, but thank you very, very much for your generosity. I know Ronald McDonald's House thanks you a lot. I'm so happy to do it for that particular charity for a lot of reasons, and I've told this story before. I make it really quick, so bear with me. I used to coach baseball. I coached baseball for 2 decades. And one year, one of my ball players had a heart attack while we were taking batting practice before we were going to a playoff game. Right out there at second base. And it was a shock, to say the least. And, you know, they resuscitated, and we thought he was gone. And they ended up taking him up to UVA, and we went up and saw him. And there were some serious issues, of course. But he survived and is still alive to this day. And I just remember his folks, you know, having at least the peace of knowing that they had a place to stay up there for as long as he was going to be in that hospital, absolutely free. And they stayed at the Ronald McDonald House. So, at any rate, I remember that. And thank you, Mary, very, very much for your little contribution. We're going to keep auctioning these off until they're all gone. Of course, Reagan's ornaments, ours are gone from CommonwealthPicker.com. Reagan's ornaments are going to come in 2 waves. Her hand-done ones, plus the ones we've sold, the one of 40 ones that we've sold for 3 or 2 years now. This will be the 3rd year. So thank you all for your generosity. A piece, a portion, all of, depending on which one of those sales, goes to different charities. And we're just so blessed to be able to do it because you guys are so generous. And I hope, Mary, this little guy gets things moving for you. All right, y'all, you don't know this, but it's significantly later than the last clip. And we've actually pieced this video together. I've been looking for, what is this thing called? Na Surprise. I bought this down with Dave down there in Greenville, South Carolina. And I paid $1 for it. It sold for $8. And I literally have been looking for this thing for 10 minutes. It's a plush. So I took out every single one of these plush to try to find it. And it just wasn't there, which means that it has to be sitting somewhere. And I looked everywhere. And my wife came down, beautiful wife, to come help me package some things up. And I told her, and she immediately found it within 4 seconds. Where was it? You want to show them where it was?
Right here.
It was right back there. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I stood here and looked through this. I just looked and looked and looked, but I couldn't see it.
Man eyes, boy.
That's right, that's right. But we sold it for $8 plus shipping. It's not even a good profit. $1 into 8 plus shipping, but you know what?
And you wasted an hour of your life looking for it.
But this one, actually, it's missing a bag. And a viewer, when I bought it, they're like, hey, that bag right next to it goes with it. And I'm like, well, it's days later, and I'm not in the same state. So, oh well. $8 plus shipping. So thank you all very, very much. And don't forget, you know, we have all those links down there below if you want to. You know, if you're going to go do your purchasing out there, go use somebody's link. It doesn't have to be mine. Could be anybody at all. If they have a link somewhere, go through that link and buy whatever you have to buy. You don't even have to buy something that it's linked to. People do it all the time. I do it for other folks as well. Help out a bunch of resellers. Buy your stuff on eBay from resellers if you can. if you're going to buy it from somebody, if you can find it there and help this community out all the time. We really do appreciate you. And I can't wait to see you next time.